Hey guys, it's the video number 2 of Hey guys, it's the video number 2 of spontaneous speaking. Speaking like these old big authorities. So in this video, actually we're gonna know how to impress people. If we will gonna impress people, money will come. So look how these all big authority do. Have you ever noticed that whatever they do so different? Literally so different. They're not doing like what others are doing. So different. Let's even like when we take an example of SpiceJet and Indigo. Indigo is doing so different. People are even liking so different. Indigo's facilities and lots of things are there of Indigo. And when we take an example of iPhone advertisement and all, lots of things of iPhone are so good, great. That's why. When it comes to Oprah Winfrey, she's a single woman who is standing and saying different. And there is a kind of risk is also there. Because when there is different, idiosyncratic thing is there, when eccentric thing is there, when elite thing is there, risk is there. Risk is there. And these all big authorities' risk has actually come into great results. Because anybody can do what others are doing. And you're gonna have the same results. Not much wealth and all. Even not that, because you're copying them. But when you do different, people like it. People like it. And when people gonna like it, people gonna attract it, people will pay you. In first thing that these all are, as I have given you example of the big authority that they are done. They have actually done lots of good things. But the first thing which actually attracts the most is pictures. Making people visualize. Yes. Making people visualize. Imagine something. Because a single picture is equals to 1,000 words. Literally. If people are not getting bored. One picture is equals to 1,000 words. And even it can be by saying, or it can be by saying like this. What do I mean by this actually? Have you ever seen Steve Jobs doing like this? Like this something. That is what the thing is. They all are like making people visualize something or the other. Like they have done this. Whatever. But they are making people visualize. Let me just tell you one thing. Actually, one story. You know, listen very carefully. Because I'm gonna ask you something. So, let me just tell you one story. Okay, listen very carefully. There was one student and there was one teacher. Okay? Teacher name was Prakash. Okay? Prakash. And he was the teacher of Hindi subject. Okay? And when that student grown up, he grown up so well, like he's now having job at all. Then he decided to go at the home of the teacher. He called the teacher. He was at the train station. He called his teacher that, "Hey, I'm coming to your home. Can you please send somebody to pick me up?" He sent someone by a cycle. Then he came, that person whom his Prakash sent. Then he sat with him, that person, at the cycle, and something was there in the cycle that stuck in his shirt, which actually tears his blue shirt of the student. Okay. He was disappointed, kind of. Then when he reached there at his home, what he expected? He is my teacher. Big home, bungalow, villa, or flat. But there was a single room, just a single room. And the hygiene was not there. And he was so tired. Then he asked his teacher, that I want to take bath. Where should I take? Then he said, there is one hand pump. There you can take. Then he went there and he took the bath there. And then he was starving. Then he asked him, is there anything for me to eat? Then he said, I had my lunch already. It was the season of summer, by the way. Already at the 1 p.m. only. So there's no food. I know it's not a real story. I have just told you like this only. Now, I'm gonna ask you a few questions. I want you to answer it. First thing, I want you to tell which season was there? What season was going? Winter, autumn, spring, summer. What season was going? If you said summer, then you're right. Second thing, where from the student where he was? At the train station, flight, bus station, where he was? If you said train station, you are correct. Third thing, who came there to pick the student? Innova, a Range Rover, BMW, or cycle? If you said cycle, you're correct. Another one. What was the color of the t-shirt of that student? Red, pink, blue, green. If you said blue, correct. Another one. Is there was biryani, pizza, chicken biryani, or Manchurian, or no food was there? If you said no food, correct. Another thing, is he was full, or he was hungry, or he was starving? If you said starving, correct. What desire he was having after coming? Of taking bath, or kind of eating, or kind of sleeping? If you said bathing, correct. Where he took the bath? It's a swimming pool. It's not a swimming pool. Not a swimming pool is not supposed to take bath, by the way. Swimming. With the help of shower, or whatever, or hand pump. If you said hand pump, then you're correct. Another question. Is he was satisfied, happy with these all things, or disappointed? we said disappointed, then you're correct. Then you may ask that why I told the story and why I asked you to give the answer. Because if I tell you the story like this, like I told you simply anything, not in the manner of the story or whatever, you remembered everything, like you were visualizing that he was standing at the place of that person was standing at this train station. He called that person with the cycle came to pick him, and something stuck in his shirt, and shirt was of blue color. You just imagined everything. And I know if I ask you the same story after a year, you're gonna remember it. Why? Because it's a story. There is a difference between words and stories. Yeah, big difference is there. People cannot remember every single line what you have said, but people can remember how many stories, what story you have told, and it doesn't matter how long it is. This is what is the power of the story is. People visualize these whole things. Even one more thing you can do, you can like make people visualize like this, like there is something great. Imagine, so there is a puppy, white puppy with a white color of fur. Like you can make people visualize like this also. Well, story is the best thing. Guys, there's so many value of stories there. Words cannot make this much thing. Words cannot make this much impact, but story can. If I tell you something, that there was a person, he was very disappointed because of few reasons. Because he didn't get the good facilities. Just that is it. You'll not get it. You'll even not get to understand properly. But when I told this, you actually get the structure. You actually get, how this worked. Even if I told you, like there's a story there, obviously there is a moral also. The moral of this is that proper hygiene should be there in the room. Doesn't matter one room is there, or like if you're sending someone to pick, a good thing is there, like a bike or a car, or like food at least should be there for that person who is coming. Like these things is there. Are you catching the point? Are you catching? This is what is the part. Look, I can explain you in the words, but you will not get it. Maybe for few days you will remember it. After that you will forget it. But stories you remember. Stories you feel. Stories you imagine. And from the childhood, we are listening to stories. And we all love stories. Because stories have emotions. And humans also have emotion. And with the stories, people can feel, people can visualize, and with some real stories, even people can feel. I know there may be some moments will be like this also, like you went somewhere, proper hygiene is not there, or proper facilities are not there. You also can relate. These kind of things is important. Are you actually catching the power of pictures, visualization, imagination, stories actually? Are you catching it? That is what is different thing is. And you know, if you use your personal stories, your real life stories, not scripted one, then people will attract more. Because first thing, you're human. Then there will be some more the other thing which will actually related, because everybody is human. Something will be there which actually will be related. And second thing, if something different happened with you, then different kind of what I actually mean, like different, like you experienced something like thing. Then you are telling this actually this was actually the experience word, and what do I actually learn from it? Then people will be interesting. Oh, different thing. Or telling something different, like my relative was having this diseases. And his large intestine was like this. Before he used to be like this, and I know one incident like doing like this. I hope so you get it. Stories have power. Story have lots of power. When we were small, like 3, 4, or when we were small, our grandparents used to tell us lots of stories, and still we remember it. Some stories. Why? Because they're stories. Yeah, they are stories. And another thing which is actually important is that if you're telling us stories, what kind of story? Like if you're telling us stories like where the struggle is there, what's the struggle you're feeling, then audience will relate more, audience will like more. Because if you're achieving everything, you're not failing, achieving, growing, not falling, people will not like it. There is no twist is there. But if twist is there, people will like you. This is what the thing all the movies use. Of course, there's twist. Then there's a villain. Hero kills the villain. Then hero rocks, and this is what actually happens. This is what is the power of the story. Story can create such a marvelous impact. Always remember, one story, one picture is equals to 1,000 words. 1,000. If people are interested.